Okay, guys, good evening. Good evening, Mark. And here we go again. We are back in Virtual Pool 4 online. We're back for another match. The first of two matches that we have, one tonight and one tomorrow. We've got this match kicking off tonight at the top of the hour. We've got about 10 minutes to go. And it's going to be between Real Poland Power, Stub in brackets, against Bedhead. So that's USA against Sweden. It's a race to 11 on the one-loss side. This, in old money, is the first of the quarter-final matches, if you want to call it that. We'll have a look at the bracket in a second, just to clarify where everything lies. Quick word though, the other night after I had finished streaming, the match between Moz and Keith from Northern Ireland took place. Needless to say, when I got home the next day, I watched the full match, and it has to be said, if you haven't seen the match, it's probably worth watching to see the standard that Keith has got himself to. He was, if I can remember rightly, he was 6-3 down. Let's bring up the bracket. He was 6-3 down against Moz, and then well, it just seemed to me Moz sort of lost his way. All of that chatting and amongst the streaming, I don't know whether that's the best thing to be doing, but that's the way they want to do it. And from 6-3 down, Keith just, he just seemed to go right on song, made very few, if any, errors, and was really, really strong in the second half of the match. And he won out 15-8, I think it was. But he's in the type of form now that puts him right in there with a very strong chance of winning what would be his fourth world crown. And we're going to prove that if we look at the VP3 history. If you go back to 2005, he won two Virtual World Championships then. He won the snooker one, and he won the 8-ball pub World Championship. And then in 2009, he won the 8-ball Midwest World Championship. So he's a triple Virtual World Champion, and he's got, of course, a very good pedigree to go deep into this tournament, because it does take somebody that's got quite a bit of experience to win tournaments and knows how to win them. So he's put himself in a very good position. If we go back to the bracket, this match tonight between Bedhead and Stub, that one will decide who goes through to play Moz. And if we look at the next one, which is tomorrow night, well, it's actually late afternoon. It'll be 5 p.m. British Summer Time. And that match is between Spectre Dawn from England and Acero from Japan, and that will decide who plays Baker Maker in the semi-final. And then, of course, the winner of that will go through to play. In fact, wait a minute, hang on. Am I quarter-final or semi-final? I'm getting myself bloody confused here. Yeah, the winner of the match tonight will play, or the match tomorrow night, sorry, will play Baker Maker. And then, of course, the winner of that's I'll get it right now, will go through to the semi. If you look at the winner's side, we've got, see this bracket, this confuses my head in, so it does. Up to the top, we can see Keith is sitting in effectively the other semi-final, and he's going to be playing Cobra. So obviously then whoever wins that to be played by June the 4th. So whenever that happens, these other matches, what's the expiry deadline date for them? Let's have a quick look to make sure we're okay. Well, they've got until June the 8th, so June the 4th for that loser side there. So you're talking probably a few days wait for these guys. I just hope that they give us a chance to stream it, and that if it's late at night, as I say, I won't be able to get it because obviously, my circumstances. I'm in bed for 8:30 and no later than that. But I just hope I can get it. And well, every player that's left in this can win it. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about it. I mean, you could toss a coin now, but what I have to say as well is the match the other night there with Bakermaker. I'm still totally puzzled at the misses that he made, and and then the other day, I think it was yesterday, he was in a challenge room, and I went in, and all I typed was Bakermaker, slow down for goodness sake, and I didn't say for goodness sake, and he didn't give me any reply. But I think he knows where I'm coming from, because if he'd cut out all those errors, he could have won the match. Simple as that. He could have won it. He only lost by 3 racks in the end, and he could have won the match if he had cut out those stupid mistakes that he made. It's just incredible that he's playing at such a pace that just doesn't give you any time to think a shot. But anyway, you live and learn, so you do. Right. So, well, I have to say, I was in the challenge room earlier on this afternoon with Stubb for about 20 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever, and he was looking pretty good. So he's well warmed up. I mean, I hasten to add, I haven't seen Bedhead all day, so I don't know whether he's been doing any warming up offline or anything like that. Good evening, gents. Welcome aboard, whoever's out there. And well, toss a coin. If Bedhead keeps it tight and tries to frustrate Stubb, I don't think Bedhead's got any of that nature in him at all, because Bedhead will take the bait just as much as Stubb will. If there's a shot to be had, he'll go for it. But and both players have got the same problem, getting out of line just once too often. So that could make it interesting. And of course, in a challenge room, it's not alternate break. You just keep breaking and winning racks if you can. But this is a different kettle of fish, this tournament. So the alternate break is going to prove, as it always has done, very, very important to hold your break. And well, I'm not going to stick my neck out and say who's going to win this, because anything can happen. Stubb will probably go in as the favourite, from the point of view that he again, like Keith, he's been there many times late on in these big tournaments, so he has that pedigree to back him. But well, Bedhead is a more than capable player. It's just putting it in to practice for another couple of games, just to get there. But you've got to beat them all to get there as well. That's the thing about it. You can't just be good in one match. You've got to sustain a level, and we're expecting a high level from these guys, as we are tomorrow as well at 5 p.m. So that'll be 2 hours earlier for the other match. What time are we at? We are about a minute away. I was going to say something else and it's went straight out of my head. I had something in mind to say and it's gone. It'll probably come back to me at some point. Oh, aye. And the other thing I noticed as well is that the stream the other night from Duffman, I notice he's trying to cut down the twiddling about, the unnecessarily twiddling about on the stream. So that was better. That was an improvement. You might want to go to the 30 field of view just to bring the table that wee bit closer when you're streaming. That might be another bit of advice. If he does that rather than the 40, so it brings the table a wee bit squarer for the stream. So other than that, it was far better than the previous 2 or 3. All you do is just do the sort of the kind of critical ones that you think folk might want to see the angle now and again. But no, it was a lot better, vastly improved. And I hasten to add, I did read the chat from the whole of the match. I read what One Pocket Slim said. I seen it all. You can't hide that from me. Right, the room should be up. I'm too busy yapping here. And I probably lagged off. Or they're probably in the process of lagging off. And I can't get into the room. This will be a good start. There we go. So Bedhead has won the lag. And he's going to break. Don't tell me Stubbs in the chat, is he? No. Oh no, that's Tin typing. Right, that's fine. I thought that was Stubb in the stream. We don't want him in the stream. We want his bullshit in the elsewhere other than in the stream. Oh, I forgot to put my wee light on. Hang on a minute. I had to get my wee light on. That's a wee bit better. Right, so here we are. First rack. Stubb at the table, trying to get somewhere near the 3. Now, is he going to try and run up towards the 9? He's going to expose the 3 if he does that. So he's got to get cover. He's given it some serious thought. Somebody who mentioned in the stream the other night there as well, the Moz match, that it was a 60-second shot clock. I thought it was 45. Goodness me, 45. I think 45 is a sort of standard in VP4 for most tournaments. But certainly 60 seconds gives you plenty of time to think each rack, plus you've got your extension. And Stubbs giving this the full boona here. Now, is he going to get the cover? Well, that 9 has done him a favour. Easy kick though, but now if I think the angle's too shallow here for Bedhead to get this full in the face and punch it right round the table. He'll probably just glance it. Well, it's now exposed and it's wide open for Stubb to take the first rack. Chat on the side. Well, you see, what you've got to understand, unless you're a streamer, you won't understand, but I have to have the chat on my second monitor. And if you're watching the stream, that means that you don't have to have the chat popped out or anything like that, and you can watch it full screen. That's one option. Of course, the other thing is, if you want to type chat, you're going to have to go to the pop-out chat to type stuff. But no, I don't want to. I mean, if I did have the chat popped out, I wouldn't be able to read it. I need to have something that's legible that I can actually read. Welcome everybody. There's bound to be some latecomers. Oh dear. Well, there's a mistake. Now, what's he going to get here? And of course, the 5 ball isn't going anywhere there, and it's not anywhere near dead set for a combo. So with the angle that Bedhead's got, he's not got an awful lot of options here. Okay, can pot the 4, but the cue ball's running around the table, and it's not going to finish anywhere good for a shot in a 5, I don't think. He's going to have to work some magic here. Well, what's he thinking? Well, if he's hitting it full in the face, he's trying to reverse bank it and hide behind the 7. That looks like what he's trying to do. and he needs to avoid the kiss. He's pretty much got away with it, but he had the right idea. But that 4-ball he was hoping was going to finish down in this bottom rail, but he still got cover. And of course Stubb now needs to get a good hit, because if the 4-ball is left open for a good shot, then Bedhead should now take this out. And there's the opportunity. I mean, what I do from time to time is this, and that gets rid of a lot of the stuff there while I'm doing something naughty, if you know what I mean. And that way the children won't get bad influences. I forgot to do my intro as well. I bet you that won't work. Well, there's really no excuse here for Bedhead. No excuse whatsoever to run this table. Well, that is the dangerous shot that he just played there, because that could so easily have just rolled behind the 8, and he's now gone dead straight. So not a lot of options. He's going to leave it long. But now he's got the perfect angle just to get right behind that 9-ball. Get it well within his sights. Well, I wouldn't have done that, but then again, he should never miss this. I thought the wee stun shot would have been better just to get him off the rail, but that'll do. So, is that against the break? No. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Bedhead won the lag. We missed the lag, but well, that's your first objective. If you win the lag, you break and you somehow win the first rack. So, as we say again and again and again, the pressure's immediately on Stubb, and he's going to have to dig one out here already in this run. And the other problem will be getting from the 4 to the 5, and he's made the error. And well, he's going to just have to bend that and chip it a wee bit, maybe not even do that. Now he needs to check where it is on the knuckle here, and I think he's okay. I'm waggling just as bad here myself, trying to get my mouse to work. Yeah, just chipped it in. So Bedhead, these are the type of opportunities he just has to nail to add to the pressure. And obviously we're going to have a combo 6 to the 8, which again he should never miss. But I think the angle he's got here is not it's not exactly the best, is it? He would have loved that to be dead straight so he could just roll through, and he might want to try and come inside the 9-ball, because I think he's going to miss the 9-ball, but he looks as if he's going to draw it back. Is he going to get enough in it? Well, it's short by about 9 inches to where he would have liked to have been. So now it's not quite a gimme. And that will do. And a nice little angle to spin behind the 7. At least I would think that's what we would do. Plenty of room. And now the tricky one, which has become even more tricky now that he's near the rail. These are the little awkward ones, and this middle pocket's dangerous. if he gets this wrong. He might just go straight across and leave this a long cut. Oh, there you go. He's tried too hard to get there. When again, it's one of these shots where you have to take your medicine and just, leave that longer shot. He's tried to get right on top of it, and he's missed a 7. Let's see what that looks like in the rail. Well, that is tough. It's off the rail, but it ain't easy. And Bedhead, well, he should have took that rack out. He really should have. These are the racks you have to take when you're given that chance. And that's a good shot, but where's the cue ball going to end up? It's a little tricky one, but in off the jaw shouldn't be a problem. And that's a sore one for Bedhead, because it really was a rack that was all his, and you see how easy it is to go wrong. And he's let Stubb back in straight away. So that's one miss there for Bedhead. He's got a chance to reprieve himself on his break in rack number 3. And that 3 ball's going in. If the 8 ball stays out of the way, well, it's just helped it in. And he's on the 1. And he's going to have to stun up the table. Plenty of room up on the left-hand side, but he has to get there because the 9 ball's the problem. There's no way he wants to come over to the right side, so he's got to just get up. Is he going to go 2 rails, or is he going to stun it up? It looks as if he's going to stun it up and has to get there. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, Bedhead's getting the second part of the shot right, but forgets to do the first part, and it's another glaring error by Bedhead, and he has to get that out of his system pretty sharpish, because Stubb will just feed off that. He's like a rabid shark. He'll start tearing limbs off you if you show any sign of weakness. Now, it's a little billiard, because he couldn't get, oh dear, he scratched. Well, that was a wee bit unlucky, because he had to be as gentle as he could. So now again, Bedhead is going to have another go, but this time from the opposite side, and this time it's easier with ball in hand. So let's see where he ends up down here. And that looks good. Anything but straight. So he's got the angle. And it probably looks simple just to go forward and off the 2 rails and into the table. Well, he's got too much juice in that. Again, he just didn't let it run. But he's okay. He's not hampered by the 9. But once again, I don't think he can hold for the 5 with this angle. He's going to have to go on a little journey or play this dead weight. And again, we're playing from distance, so a little gentle kill shot would do, because it would leave again a nice angle. That's all you want. Yeah, I think he put far too much juice on that. He didn't let the cue ball just do what it was going to do with the angle that he had. He just let the cue run through, but he put too much fizz on the top of the cue ball with that previous shot. Now, is this straight, or has he got enough? Yeah, he's got enough. And he just has to avoid that 9 ball So he's going around the corner again, or a straight stun. He's going for the stun. Has it got the legs? It certainly has, but once again, that little angle will do. I mean, this is just a gentle shot. The cue ball's just going to do its thing. You don't have to do anything at all and just play the shot, because you know the cue ball's going to come off the rail and out. So this to go back into the lead. Eight ball finally goes in. How's he looking? Oh, well, I don't think he can get there. Can he? You know something? It's worthwhile just a little bit aside, and he can maybe push that one onto the 6. Or does he think he can get there as it is? What's he doing? He's going to bank it or push it, right? Well, Stubbs going to go for the kick, no doubt about that. And I don't think he can. Well, there's enough room behind the 6, but can he get enough around that angle there to push that one in? He might push it away to the jaw. And from this side, a kick is fairly tight to actually get the cut on that one. So he's trying to just chip it in. And that will do, but the cue ball's going nowhere. So now a decent safety he's looking for. Doesn't want that 2 ball to hit anything. And that'll do. That is pretty good. Well, Stubbs had a blast, and look at what happens. Flukes a ball, and he lands in the 2. Well, it should be all square then, provided he can get the 3 in. Oh, that wiped its feet once or twice, but it's gone in. Well, it's all going to be about the weight of shot here to come across behind this 7 ball. And he's short. He's way short. And he's going to have to work the cue ball across the table twice here. Left side rail, right side rail, and back across for the cut in the 9. And that will do. That's perfect. Couldn't have played it any better. And it's 2 racks all. Break goes back to Bedhead for rack number 5. Did you hear my mention earlier on, Moz? While you're there, none of this setting the match to 9 o'clock at night just so I can't get it. That isn't fair. I want to see it. Well, we've lost the 8 ball. And Bedhead Well, is he looking to try and hide behind a 7 here? It's a wee bit fiddly, this, because there's obviously no bank on, with the 5 being where it is, and it'd be a bit. Well, he's going the other side, is he? Lots of spin, but there's danger of running into things here. That might end up pretty good if it kept running, but I don't think it has. And again, table wide open, and this is going to have to be no miss here. As soon as all the balls are exposed, you really expect these guys to take them out. Well, I mean, let's say there was the match was straight. In fact, I'll tell you. I mean, what I could do is I could actually have Duffman stream at the top corner of my stream, and you could do likewise. You could stream it from the opposite end of the table. I'll stream it from the kitchen end. But anyway, Stubb is meaning business. Well, he is at the moment. We've had the odd couple of mistakes from both players so far. Well, that's going pretty straight, so it's just a push and a draw. But Stubb's going to go into the lead. Are we still with the break? I think we are. Was that? Nope, we are not now. Stubb's stolen the break off a Bedhead, and that could prove to be the first alarm bell for Bedhead, because Stubbs not only potted the 4 ball, but he's on the 1, and well, he's going to have to finish good on this 2 ball. He's going inside, and that's a pretty good shot. That was well controlled. And the other problem, let's have a look and see if the 5 goes. Well, it's tightish, but there's plenty of room to get past that 7, as long as you get good. And this is the important one. Now, if you draw this and try and stun it up to the left, you're in big trouble messing with the 8 and the 6 ball that's up there. Now, is he going to try and just find a gap? Well, he's taking a risk, and he's got their little nudge onto the 6. Well, let's see that if it'll work. The 6. Let's see how that 5 ball skids in off the 7. How did that go into the pocket? Look at that. Well, let's see that. That's crazy. I mean, it's crazy that should move that 7 ball so much, yet the object ball still went in the hole. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's 3-2 for the next 30 seconds. But Stubb is odds on to have the gap over Bedhead. And now Bedhead is chasing. Well, I don't think I've seen a shot like that in VP4 where the object, where the second ball, the ball that it hit, moved so far. I mean, I've seen balls skim a ball, scrape a ball and the ball rolls, an inch and a half. But I've never seen a ball roll 6 inches to the rail, I think, and the other ball still go in on a shot like that. That was strange. Bedhead, well, he knows the score. Well, literally, he knows the score. He's trailing 4-2. He's at the table, and he's going to have to go far enough through on this 4, and that is perfect to drop onto the 5. Plenty of room past the 5. Loads of room past the 5 as long as he plays the shot in the normal way he would. Pick the potting angle on the 4. It's got to go in, because the worst that can happen is it's going to go in off the far jaw. He's got enough room to get that in, but he's taking a lot of time looking at it. And sometimes the more you look at it, the more induced into hitting the 4 into that 5 that you are. But he's okay. And now run off the rail, brush over past the 7. But if he wants to play this right, he wants to go high enough up to the middle pocket to make it simple to get on the 7. So he has to play the shot. He can't play this chicken out shot and not get there. Has to go. It needs to run. See, now the cue ball is running away, and now it's a gentle roll in, and he's leaving a long 7. It's a question of whether he wants to run this off any rails. No risk taken, but that's the price you pay, because look where he's ended up. Now, can this... I don't think he can avoid running into the 9 here. He might just gently roll this in and come off so that he's cutting this 8 into the middle to fall onto the 9, but I don't think he wants to be hitting this too hard. Yeah. Now, is he going to have a decent angle? Well, all he's going to do is just drop it in and leave the cut. Fairly straightforward. Again, into the jaw on the far side. And so Bedhead has stolen the break back here. I think he has anyway, unless I've lost count. No, I'm wrong. I've lost count. It's back with Stubb. And something rolled into the middle, whatever it was. What went? 3 balls gone. And again, a shot. Well, that's a shot that's went badly wrong. Stunned straight into the 9. And now he's going to be running for cover somewhere down by the 8 ball and just bank that 2 to the top rail. That seems the most logical shot, as Spot would say. No, he's lining up something here. He's having a slam at something. He's going for the cut. You see, there's sticking your neck out. And the trouble with that is he's got away with it. And Bedhead's not got the chance to punish him just yet. But that wasn't the shot I would ever have played. I would have just run down to the bottom of the table like Bedhead's doing, and Stubb might find himself in a bit of trouble here. Yeah, that is a fair bit of trouble, but not a difficult kick if he can find the angle off the side rail. Plenty of room behind the 2 ball though. That's the danger. He's got the hit, and he's going to get lucky here. Look at the spin. The spin's killed it in the jaws of the pocket. Oh dear. Well, he can never say he doesn't get any luck, because Bedhead, I don't think, can get past that point, can he? Well, he's looking at it, but the 8 ball's in the way. Yep. Well, if that goes past that, my eyes are really, really bad. Yes, it does go by it, and my eyes are really, really bad. Well, It's the reverse bank. And, well, again, Stubb has a fairly simple safety shot here. But this is the point I was making about sticking their necks out too far too often. And both players are guilty of it when there's decent safety shots to be played. How's the chat going? Oh, there's Steve there. Yes, Les Duffy does have a real life 147. He certainly does. That's, what the hell's his name again? Jesus, I've forgotten his VP3 name. I've bloody known it for 20 years and I can't, and again, and my mind's gone totally blank. See, my mind does different things when I'm watching a match that I'm streaming. I'm so focused on the lay of the table and everything, my brain just washes out. Well, it washes out most of the time, but what the hell's his name again? Come on, there's got to be somebody there remembers Les's VP3 name. Q-Ball70, that's it. Thank God for that. Yeah. And Bedhead almost got the kick. And of course, he's not got away with it. That's the luck of the draw. But this isn't clean cut yet. And Stubb might try and smash things. No, he's trying to get good shot in the 4, and he's got the angle to certainly break things up now. Now, can he stun onto the 9 or stun onto the 8? Because he would still be able to cut the 5, but he's running away from the 6. What's he hoping to do here? Push through and break them up and still land on the 5. Again, well, you see, this is sometimes using your imagination gets you rewards, and I don't know. We never looked at the angle he had, but well, this is not dead set, this combo, but what's Bedhead going to try here? Is he going to try and come around and get out? Because it's going to have to be made. It's going to the point. Alright, yep, it's definitely going to the point. I don't think that's going straight in. If you look at it that way, it's going straight in, but if you look at it, maybe and maybe not. He's gone for the bank. He hasn't got it, or has he? No, he's hung it up. No, Stubb. I don't think he's got many options from that distance. Just get the cue ball out. Try and get as straight as he can on this. And he's gone a wee bit too far. Right, let's see if this goes straight in. Because I think it's, you see, when you look behind it there, it's going to the knuckle. It's not going in. So he only needs to pick the line he wants to nudge that 5 onto. And he would have to play it with a pace that gives the 9 every chance of going in. And he's played it well. But he's certainly punishing Bedhead. The gap goes back to 2. And the break back with Bedhead. And he should be out. Ball in the break. 4 ball has gone. And every other ball, as usual, just waiting to be put away in a hole. Now, does the 3 go into the middle past the 6, he says, as his hiccups have started? Well, it does. And of course, now he's ended up far too square on the 3 ball. And already he's looking to find a way to get himself out of shape. Now, we had a look at the 3. Again, he's just offline on the 3. This is always making it more difficult, knowing that 6 ball is there, and it's just so easy to push into that 6. And that's why he's trying to lock Stubb up. Well, he's got the cover, and it was a tentative shot to actually push that 3 into the hole past that 6. It was a nervy shot to try and play. So again, when you've got the easier opportunity to put your opponent in trouble, then you might as well take it. With Stubb has kicked to 3, get the double kiss, and it's gone reasonably safe. Although Bedhead, I don't think, has got more options here other than trying to pot this. And this is nasty. Bank, is he trying to make? Yes, he's going for the bank, and it's gone in sweet, and it's legal. I thought he was maybe in danger of brushing the 9, but he's played it okay. Well, these remaining balls to get back within 1, and of course it's only a race to 11, so he has to make the move. And keep in this game. It's only 1 or 2 errors that's going to cost dearly now, and Bedhead doesn't want to be the one that makes them. And that will do. So, still with a 1 rack lead. Still breaking off in rack number 10. It's dry, but no shot again for Bedhead. He's needing that little break. So if he's got no shot, then he needs to play something good. Is he looking for distance here, or is he trying to create something here? Is he looking to... What's he thinking here? Because he's got me puzzled away. He's trying to come in behind his 7 and 2, or is he going for a bank? I'm getting confused the more I'm thinking about what he's trying to do. Because if he's trying to hide behind his 7 and 2, yeah, well, he's just rolling up behind the 6. I was putting an awful lot more thought into it than actually it needed. And that will do it. But an easy kick again, and he might bank this. You never know, Stubbs' luck. He'll give this a blast, or is he going to try and roll to it? Because he gives it a blast, he's trying to bank it. There you go. Commentator's eye. Straight out. Straight out the Stubb book of how to get out of banking. Or out of a snooker, I should say. Unbelievable. And that's when you start thinking, well, what the hell do I do? What am I going to do to get a break here? And this will be a sore one for Bedhead. Back within touching distance. Plays a half decent safety. And Stubb gives it a blast. And of course, the outcome was inevitable once he got that first hit on it. But it's going to be, and this isn't set anywhere near, So how's he going to do this? Let's see. He's going to have to maybe chip that 5 ball just to the rail before the 8, so that it actually clips the 8 along the rail, because if he hits it just flush, it's going to go to the side rail. Looking at that. Oh no, no doubt at all. And how's his luck? Well, the 9 almost went in and saved him the trouble. So it should be just a soft little draw to the right hand side, just to cut the 6 in. And already you feel that if you're in Bedhead's corner, you're needing something to happen, and it almost happened there. But again, with the pace, the 5 ball still went in the hole. But Bedhead can only rely on a favour from his opponent, and he's going to be chasing from 2 racks distant any second now. And this is where Bedhead simply must come out of this rack by holding his break. It would begin to look like doom and gloom if he falls 3 behind. And that 1's going to go in. That is going in. What else was that he knocked in? Oh, it's a cue ball's going in. Well, for once, Stubbs' luck has deserted him there. So ball in hand, and Bedhead had a quick look at the 2-9 combo. Let's have a quick look before he hits it. Oh, surely. Well, he might live to regret this, by the way, because that 2-9, I don't see where that was so difficult. He's decided he's going to run the table, and you know what I say. Once you've made that decision, you need to back yourself and get the job done, because if he doesn't, he might regret not taking the 2-9 on. Could be a big mistake if he doesn't back this up. Don't know what you guys think, but I didn't see that being so difficult. But well, we will see what happens, because look, as I say, look where the 5 is, and he's missed a 4. Well, that I think is going to cost, because Stubb will be slavering now to put this away and make this hurt even more, because that was a major malfunction there, in my opinion. I mean, and again with the shot clock, you take your time, get yourself set, line it all up to the point where you just simply cannot miss it. You've got it lined perfect. You can't, the way it's going to go, if you hit that line, the ball has to go in once you hit that point. And he had plenty of time to set himself, and of course he couldn't get the job done. And now it's out with his control. It's all down to Stubb. Getting to the 5, or from the 5 down to this 6, is the critical one. And getting good on the 6 as well, because he can fall behind it nearer the bottom cushion here and have nothing on. And he's trying to get good in the 6, and he did get good in the 6. And once again, I think he's got away with it. He certainly has. And Bedhead is getting absolutely no favours whatsoever. So that's the point about this type of breaking. He's getting nothing off Stubb. and there's nothing else you can do than try and hold your break. But with that choice of shot that he did earlier there, he simply has to try and get out to save face, and I think he's kicked it in. Well, there's a bonus. But look, the favourite bedhead shot, there's the perfect example coming up. The 7 foot nasty cut in the 6 to stay in the match. I think I'm going to stick my neck out and say that at this point, because the alarm bells are already ringing and he knows he has to get this out. And he's overcut it, but he's overcut it on the good side, because that way it's come back across the table. And now again, Stubb won't be short in power here to hit this. I'll have a quick drink if I can find my bottle. And if he gets this full in the face, Bedhead could be in trouble. And he nearly kicked it in. Where's the cue ball going? Oh dear. Well, is it out? I think it is. And it's another tester for Bedhead. Well, he's had plenty of practice at these type of shots. It's got to be full-blooded. And this time he's got the shot. And he's got the pace pretty good. Now, the little angle he's got, he could just stun to the right and take that 8 ball into the left middle. That wouldn't be doing anything fancy. That'd be just using what he's got there as an angle. Presuming it's a decent enough angle. Yep, there's enough there to do that. Well, he's running around the houses. Now, he needs to get straight as he can, because that way it stops him having to run around again. He can just drop this in and just try and finish on the 9, I think, without running. And then again, he's managed to find the place you don't want to be in. The middle of no man's land. And in it goes, and that was under pressure to get that done. Well, Bedhead's got out of jail there. But more importantly, you know, it's all about the numbers on the board. He's only one behind. And Bedhead has a chance from Stubbs' dry break in rack number 12. And this is the one that he really wants. He just wants to get back on par and start all over again. Oh, that needs to just slow a bit. Now, I think the angle's too much to brush nicely onto that 4, because that would have left a 3-5 combo in the middle. He still might brush off the 4, but he's going to go over to the right depending on the pace he hits, because he's only seen the top third of the cue ball where he is, nailed to the bottom rail. I still think the angle's far too much. He's going to run up towards the 7 ball, but it depends on the hit off this 4. Yeah, that was always going to be the problem. He's ran behind, or on the inside of the 3, as I call it, when he's nearer the rail, and now he's struggling for shape. Once you start going out of line, the rest will follow. That's usually the course of events in this situation. You start getting out of line, every shot's a struggle thereafter. And he's hung the 3. He knows how vital it is to stay in touch, and he's given Stubb the chance to keep him at bay and not let him get on the level. Well, Stubb's going to be running up the table as well here. He's got too much angle, I think, to hold a cue ball, but he's got a huge wide area of table to come off that top rail and back up for the 5. So there shouldn't be any problems with this shot. Looks fairly straightforward to me. Let's have a look what he's looking at. Well, I don't see where the problem is. In between the 8 and the 7, off the bottom rail, enough pace to come back up. If it misses the 8, he's okay. Well, this time he can pinch a very slight bit inside the 5, which is allowing him just to hold there for the 6. So here's the crucial one, getting up and on the 7. And Bedhead is running out of racks. And that has to get there. And I think it has it? Just. And no more. Well, who's your money on now, guys? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I haven't been paying attention to the chat. I've been so engrossed in what's going on. Let's see how he's shaping here. Well, again, a football field to work with here to get to the 9. And that hasn't got there quite. He's left an awkward cut. And these are always a test. Just got to get them flush. You don't want to be pushing it into the rail too soon. And no problem. But the problems are in Bedhead's corner. He's trailing by 2. The break is back with Bedhead. And he needs a break. He needs a ball. He needs a shot. The 8 ball's hanging. The 5's hanging. But nothing's gone in. And if Stubb can get on this 1, and from the 2, he's just going to keep it simple. He's just going to roll the 2 in, cut the 3 onto the 5, I would think, unless the angle, what's that angle he's got? Is he going to go through, or is he going to come across? We'll soon find out. Yeah, he's just going to go through, play that little cut onto the 5, dead weight, so the 3 ball doesn't escape. But even if it does, he'll still have it onto the top corner. The ideal shot would be if it rolled in with the 5. Well, it's going to have to be the top corner, but now that's frozen. And this has got to be sweet. Yeah. And is he going to nudge the 8 in? No, he isn't. But as soon as it got nailed to that rail, he was in problems. You've got to get them sweet, or it just won't go. It's just going to come straight off the rail. And now Bedhead, for the time being, has been reprieved. Free ball remains over the pocket, has to get out for the 4. And see this shot here? I still maintain this is one of the most difficult shots to play. You know, the obvious thing is you're going to be drawn out from where the 3 is, but it's judging the pace, because especially where the 4 is. See, Bedhead has overhit it. It's so difficult to judge the pace, because you have to get the speed into the cue ball to get there to the 3 first of all, and then you still have enough on it with the backspin to get back out. But if you don't get it right, you overhit them. So he's taken out the 4. And once again, Bedhead is looking to get back within 1. And is there going to be a break in this situation here? Because Stubbs had the 2-rack lead, and Bedhead's needing something to happen to change this match his way. But to do that, he can't afford to make mistakes. And whatever lucky break he gets from Stubb, whatever it might be, he knows he has to put it away. So he's done the first part. He's got the rack and the board. He's back within 1. And now the break is back with Stubb. Oh, and a couple of balls have gone in straight away. And I think this rack is over. If he can get from the 3 back up to the 4, he's got to get to the 3 first of all, and that's why that pace has been the undoing of him. Now, did he take an awful lot of time over that shot? I don't think he did. But this is the chance I've been talking about. This is the shot, or the chance, that Bedhead must put away. He has to finish on this 3 somehow or other. He's knocked to 8 in. That will save him a bit of trouble. But the other trouble now is he's going to have to get lots of action on this cue ball and get it moving big time. And let's look at the 4. Well, the 4's off the rail. Get lots of spin. A bit of right on it you want, because that way, if you put just lots of top spin on it, it just, you know, I think he's got the English on it now. And that will get it sizzling. Oh dear. Well, again, he put the spin on it, but he didn't really set himself. He was desperate to play the shot. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Goodness me. I mean, has Bedhead watched that Baker Maker match for some reason or other? That was really bad. Really bad. And is he going to get out of jail in this one? Because Stubb has gone way high on the 4. We know it's off the rail. He's still got to get this sweep. But that is, well, it might be a fatal error there by Bedhead, especially when he was staring down, getting it all square. But he's been reprieved again. And this 4, though, well, it's just the same distance as it was a minute ago, only in a different position. And the same problem for Bedhead. Now, is he putting inside right on this to try and get to it? Yeah. Oh dear, it needs to keep running. Well, what the hell's going to happen in this rack next? Well, I'll tell you what should be happening. This should be going on the board. Just get the cue ball through, spin it off the rail and up. And he's not prepared even to take the risk. No. But the problem with that is he's still got to get to the 9 from where he is. So it looks like loads of top, run through, get the cue ball back in the bottom half of the table. Anywhere on the right hand side will do. And finally, although it has to be said he doesn't deserve it after that shot in the 7, but Bedhead has got it all square, and even more important, he's got the break. Is that the turning point in the match? And a couple of balls have gone in as well. The 2 and the 4 have gone. Well, he can play a billiard or he can play the cut. He has the choice on this one ball. It's not easy, whatever he chooses. He's played the cut, and this time it's went sweet. He's sitting on the 1, loads of room over on the left. The only danger is a scratch, unless he wants to come in the short side of the 3, which I think he might be able to do. No, so he's avoided any risk of scratching. And this shot, you just stop that cue ball where the 3 is, or just let it come off the rail, because that leaves you the natural angle to pot the 5 and just go through for the 7. You're not doing anything spectacular. You're not having to put spin on it or anything. You just let the cue ball run. It's going to fall into shape. But of course, look at where the 8 is and look at where the 9 is. Up and down, up and down. Can he get there? Well, it's boiling up, folks. Oh, there we go. His favourite shot again. His signature shot, not getting good on the 8. And he might live to regret this. How the hell does he keep doing this? Time and time again. You know, that wee bit of English on it avoids all of this kind of carry on. And it has to run. And he's just about there. Well, this now puts Bedhead 1 rack in front with Stubb chasing on his break. It's 8-7. And all of a sudden, well, not quite all of a sudden, it took us long enough to get there, but the match is now turned in Bedhead's favour. Stubb breaks off in rack number 16, and the 7 has gone. He's got a shot in the 1, and well, within the next 2 minutes, we should be all square, apart from the fact the 8 ball's fine. Difficult to see where it's sitting against the back pocket there, but it should be home and dry here, in all honesty. Oh dear, well he's cut that big time onto the 5, and is that the fatal mistake by Stubb? Well, if you're Bedhead, you want to make this one hurt. That's all I'm going to say. The rest's up to him. And my nerves are beginning to get shattered watching this. I'm going to have to take some medication here. Oh, that was a bad mistake, but I think he was actually trying to put something in the cue ball there, and that's what spun the object ball into the 5. I honestly do think that's what happened. But it still counts as an error in any score sheet. And, well, I hope for Bedhead's sake he's had a good look at this 8 ball, just to be clear and certain that he doesn't do something daft when he comes to pot it. Just go over, have a quick look, just see where it is near the point. It goes in, plenty of room. And so Bedhead has turned it around one way or another, and he now leads Stubb by 9 racks to 7. Well, Stubbs now got to fire up, as he would say, but he can't do that when Bedhead's breaking and needs a break. And he's got it. Bedhead's broke dry, and Stubb now is in the position of no miss. Cannot afford the errors now. Its back's against the wall. In goes the one. And can he see enough of the two? Let's see if he can from this side. Yes, he can. Combo onto the three. And as he decided, the four's going into the middle. Now again, he's just the wrong angle in the four. You see, he's running up the table. He's got to run far enough and stay out in the open. Oh, he's looking to... Well, I don't know whether that was a shot, but anyway, he's left himself the high cut in the five. Plenty of room to get out for the six, but is he going to be good on it? And the answer to that is no. This is tough, considering where the seven ball is. I mean, this is just putting your neck out a bit too far. He could play a safety, but these guys, they don't think that way. That's the trouble with some players. They just it's all out or nothing. When a decent safeties can be played here, he could have cut that ball to the right rail, send it to the top rail, and get the cue ball down the table, possibly behind the 9 and 8, and wasn't interested. And he's missed the 6. And Bedhead, albeit not a simple 6, but he can certainly stun this in, get the cue ball off the left rail and back out far enough. He needs to hit this hard enough to get the job done. He's going for the bank. What a shot. And he's sitting flush now. Cannot miss, surely. This to take him to the hill. 7, cue ball up for the 8. He's got to get to the hole. Well, a roll through for the 9 into the opposite middle, or a kill shot. He's going to try to pinch anything off this. No, he's stunning it. And so Stubb could well have made his last mistake there, because Bedhead is on 10. Stubb trailing by 3 with the break. And, well, what can he do? Dry break. And Bedhead in with a chance to seal the match. And Bedhead this time may well take his time. 3 ball goes past the 4, so no problem in that score. And I think it's all going to clinch on how good he gets on this 5. Where's the cue ball going? Oh dear, well there's the lucky break for Stubb. Good he gets on this 5. Where's the cue ball going? Oh dear, well there's the lucky... Well, Bedhead had the match within his grasp, and that one shot, that scratch, has given Stubb a lifeline, but he's going to need some more. that has to run. That has to go. And it's another tester to save the match. And it goes. So Stubb breathes again, but is it his final gasps? Bedhead with a break and another chance. And a ball's going into the right middle. Didn't see what it was. 3-ball, I think. And once again, a chance to play a good safety. I mean, he can have Stubb tied up knots here if he gets it good. I mean, this cue ball's asking to be put behind the 9. Well, he's got it semi-safe. I mean, it will bank behind between the 6 and 9, but is Stubb going all out for it, or is he trying a fancy cut? Yeah, he tried the fancy cut, and that is sticking your neck out that wee bit too far. And he's fluked to 5. Would you believe it? Oh, Bedhead. Well, certain things in his anatomy are going to be starting to tighten up if this keeps up, because he had the match won, but scratched. And Stubb, well, the flukes keep coming, and he needs them. He needs everything to keep him in the match. And it's going to have to be either the gentle roll in the 6 and the pot down the rail on the 7, or is he going to go through and back down the table towards us to leave a combo? I don't think so. It's not going to be risking that one. Well, this is a wee bit fiddly. He's going to have to dig into this and draw into the 9, I think, to get good on the 7, on the 8. Because if he lets it run off the rail and come out, he's leaving himself just that bit too high a cut again. Got to dig into it and draw into the 9. Push the 9 out the way. Or what's he thinking? Well, he's ended up just on the opposite side with the same shot that he would have had on the right side. Oh, this is a lot tougher. It's much too high an angle. Keep an eye on the cue ball. Well, in goes the 8, and it's going to have to be the bank on the 9 to stay in the match once again, or a push to the 9 if he doesn't want to risk it. And he knows this could be the last shot, and it's going to hit the other point, is it? No, it's gone in, and Bedhead will be pinching himself. Stubb within 1, and with the break, and a couple of balls have gone, the 2 and the 5, and well, this is a bit risky for a combo in the 1, but I think it's the bank, the 1 and the 9. It's a bank. But of course, no shot in the 3, and he's making it tough for himself. Stubb, he's going for the bank again, past the 8-ball, top left, and at some point the banks may well be closed. But not this time. It goes in flush. And, well, this can only go wrong if he somehow ended up behind the 9. But he'll leave himself in the middle of the table. And once again, it may well be the high cut in the 7 if he doesn't want to risk moving this cue ball, because let's face it, he ain't going to miss the 8. And we are going to go hill, and Stubb, whatever you say about him, he'll battle. Given the opportunity, he'll battle to stay in the match. And again, does he roll this in gentle and just play the 9, or does he try and come down the table and let that cue ball run? I think he'll just push this in. Well, he's going to let it run. And once again, quick look at the pot angle on the 9. And the break will go back to Bedhead for this deciding rack. And Bedhead, remember, if he hadn't scratched, the match was over 15 minutes ago. And Bedhead's break gives him the 3 ball. The 1 goes past the 8. And he's going to have to hit this a wee bit. Once again, just to get that cue ball off the end rail and back out into the table. Well, he's rolling it in, trying to leave the 2 long. And this is another tester to drop onto the 4. And it's hung up. And Stubb, he can't get to the 2 behind the 4. Well, I don't know why he's looking there. And the 6 is in the way. Well, this is desperate here for Stubb. I can't see where he's going to get the line to hit this. Now, what does he do? Does he try and lock a ball up? Or does he think he can find a way of getting to that too? I mean, if you're going to get it, let me get my donut because I don't have my lines, but you've got to hit there and try and squeeze right past that 6 to get near the 2. That's his only option. Or is he trying to come this side? He's trying to come this side of it, I think. But he's got little or no room to get past that 6. Well, this will be a shot and a half if he pulls this off. Oh dear, that has gone way out of line. I don't know what. Well, obviously he picked the wrong line to start with. If he was trying to get to that 2 on that first hit, he certainly wasn't trying to get it by going up and down and up and down. But it doesn't matter. It's ball in hand now for Bedhead, and he has the chance to get this over for his sake, but he's going to have to do it the hard way. It's going to have to be the 5-8 combo. And will the 5 stay in play? Because it's all going to hinge on the angle. Oh, he's going to have to just play this dead weight just to get that 8 to go into the pocket so the 5 doesn't squirt away. Well, this is where your nerve is tested. And, well, he's come through that test. So, it's got to be from the 7 to the 9. Well, Bedhead is going to have to kill the cue ball, and these have to be hit flush again. well, for goodness sake, get it up into the right hand corner and get there. That's what you have to do. He's got to be full out to get good in the 9. And this time he's played the shot. And so Bedhead is going to go through, and Stubb has battled all the way. And Bedhead has just pinched it on the final rack. And Stubb's already out the room. I've got that feeling that he is. I think he's already gone. That's why the game is taking a time to recover. So Stubb has had enough. And the match is finally over. And we'll have a look at the bracket and see how things shape up. But Stubb, well, the match, as I say, should have been over 20 minutes ago, folks. But Bedhead let him back in by scratching. And let's see where we are. Let's see, let's refresh this thing first of all. So, we've got the match tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, UK time, at 5 PM. Now, I have to say again, at 5 PM our time, it's going to be 1 AM in the morning in Tokyo for Acero. Acero is going to be playing Spectre Dawn from England at 5 PM tomorrow afternoon. I'll be there. That's a guarantee. And if we look down, or if we look up, what end of the draw are we at here? We'll see that now Moz is going to be playing Bedhead. And, well, Stubb, unlucky to him, but there was those errors. There was errors from both players, but at the critical time, it was only ever going to be that little bit of bad luck, good luck, whatever, that was going to change the match. I thought that the match was over, and everybody else did as well, when Bedhead had the table at his mercy and then scratched, and that gave Stubb the lifeline, and then he got another lifeline. And he did battle, and he done his best. And of course, it's the old cliche: somebody has to win. And both players do play loose a wee bit too often. But Bedhead today was just that wee bit better in the end, and that was the only difference between the two of them. So it was. There wasn't much in it. But Bedhead now has to start playing his best to go all the way, because it's cutthroat now in who's left in the tournament. Well, folks, it was enjoyable to say the least. It certainly was. And it's been good having your company. Let's hope some or most of it. Remember, guys, this match, just to remind you, these matches are being streamed on Twitch for the time being because of issues that I've had with Restream connecting with YouTube. I'll try again at some point, but I'm not going to bother until the end of this tournament. But these matches will be on Twitch, but I'm going to transfer that from Twitch to YouTube. It will disappear off Twitch in 14 days. So all the matches will be on the playlist. So if you ever want to catch up on any of them, even if you don't have time to join the stream, always remember that you'll be able to go to my YouTube channel, and you'll be able to catch up on them, because as soon as this is finished, I'll get it transferred across, and it'll be there for the foreseeable until YouTube shuts down. So it has been good. I enjoyed it. It was tense. It was nervous. There were mistakes. There was good pull. Pretty much all out to win. Not an awful lot of use of strategy, it has to be said. I like to see a bit more thought going into it. It was all out to pot a ball and whatever. But certainly Cobra uses his head, and if he can keep using his head and play the way he's been playing, he's going to be in with a strong shout. So we've got those matches to look forward to as well. So it is really boiling up for a big climax at some point, and I just hope I can get them all. So I am going to go and get a coffee and have a lie down in a darkened room. Thank you for your company, guys. It's been much appreciated. And remember, take care, stay safe, keep your distance, and if I can't see you tomorrow, I'll see you again soon. So I'll bid you good night and see you later, folks. Now this bloody thing better shut down.